The story of Amanda the Adventurer continues right after Riley Park was taken to the local library of Kensdale. After the monster attacks Joanne Cook, a trusted friend of Riley's aunt, Riley is directed to go into a hidden passage under the ground, which has been seemingly the hideout of Riley's aunt in the past, who carried out an investigation about these haunted tapes and their connection to the shady organization known as Hameln. Being safe for now, we listen to a voice message by an ambiguous character using a voice filter, going back in time about 10 years to the past.
Please leave your message after the tone.
Hey Kate, it's me. I'm going in today. Seems they've upped their security since my last few visits. That's a good thing though. Means we're onto something. I'll meet you at the regular spot at the regular time for the handoff. I got a good feeling about tonight. I think I'm close to something big. Alright, I'll see you in a few hours.
The voice addresses Kate, revealing that Hameln has upped their security, clearly showing that they are afraid of her and her group of friends digging deep into what Hameln is up to. We assume the role of this ambiguous character who was meant to meet Riley at a rendezvous. Infiltrating the Hameln building, he gets caught by a security guard on night duty, but he manages to run to safety, away from the guard, yet still being in the building. The protagonist soon manages to find an access keycard, which allows him to go into a highly confidential lab full of experimental pods. The pods seem to be used to create certain entities or beings, with the glass being fully non-see-through, difficult to tell what's inside them. As the protagonist explores the lab, he soon comes across a room full of monitors. The screens are monitoring bizarre things. One shows a baby on a cradle being observed, another monitoring a park, and one showing Amanda the Adventurer edutainment program. The protagonist then places a red tape inside the tape player, but all of a sudden Amanda starts talking on the screen, which was paused. The red tape is seemingly placed in the tape player to copy and back up all the sensitive information and confidential data. Amanda and Wooly act the same way that they typically do, instructing the watchers to identify and locate a purple fire hydrant and a door with 3 windows. Just then, the speakers alert the employees of Hameln of the intruder and how the employees are asked to follow the security lockdown deactivation procedure if they wish to do so manually, as security lockdown protocol is initiated.
Please remain calm. Authorized Hameln employees should follow the security lockdown deactivation procedure if they wish to deactivate the security lockdown protocol.
This means that the protagonist is safely locked inside this room, with no one able to gain access into this place. In the meantime, the protagonist needs to watch the Amanda the Adventurer show in order to interact with the characters and figure out which pods he needs to shut off in order. The first one is the door with 3 windows. Then we have to flick the switch for the pod with the old sock on. Next we have a stray dog with a pod with the image on needing to be switched. As the protagonist is successfully flicking the switches for the pods, he hears the Hameln guards shouting from behind the doors that there is an active lockdown in this place, which is labeled as room Echo 7. The guards cannot access this room, especially during the lockdown. That's when they ask for assistance, asking someone with the right level of clearance, level 4, coming here to open the doors. Soon enough, the red tape placed inside the computer room is complete, backing up sensitive data and information, which leads to the person with the right clearance level managing to open the security doors. The protagonist, to prevent them from taking the red tape, he stashes it in one of the boxes before the security guard catches up to him, cocking his gun, with the protagonist desperately trying to explain himself with a lie to get out with no consequences, with the rest remaining ambiguous if the protagonist died or not. But it's quite clear that he probably got shot.
Almost there. Got it. Oh, hell. Damn this place.
Going down, huh?
Just hold on, I can...
10 years passes since these events, with the protagonist possibly losing his life. Now, we assume the role of Riley, continuing on the story where it was left off. Joanne hands over a sensitive tape to Riley, helping her escape the monster through a secret hatch door into a system of underground tunnels, while we hear the heart-wrenching sounds of Joanne getting brutally mauled by the monster.
Go! I'll be right behind you. I promise.
This brings the short demo into an end, while we get a date for the full release of Amanda the Adventurer 3. So far, we learned that Kate wasn't alone in trying to discover the truth and the secrets of this shady organization known as Hameln. Hameln seems to have been responsible for the strange disappearances of the kids who were glued to their TV watching Amanda the Adventurer show, including Rebecca Colton herself, who was the voice of Amanda. Sam Colton has also disappeared under mysterious circumstances. The adoptive father of Rebecca, with Hameln organization conveniently being in the middle of it all and sharing their thoughts and opinions about it, even lying that Sam Colton willingly left Rebecca, leaving her in the custody of Hameln. Through the little backstory we just experienced in the demo, a mysterious man infiltrating the Hameln organization, we find several experimental pods which seemingly contain entities, beings, or even humans. Each pod had an object connected to it, an object which was associated to the items we find in the edutainment program of Amanda. This already gives me an idea, a theory, in which might confirm that each moving and dancing item in the show is somehow related to real human beings. I already theorized that each item in the show, which had eyes, were dancing and had personality, could be a trapped soul in the show. Seeing the pods right now with items from the show could very likely act as the evidence we need to confirm that each item in the show is a trapped soul forced to be in the show. Each pod might also contain a person who wanted to investigate Hameln, people such as Sam, such as Kate, Joanne, and their friends. Seeing all these pods and technology right now, we have a pretty good idea how Hameln managed to make people disappear and how these people were having their consciousness or essence transferred into the digital realm. So the footage we saw of a person in the hospital could potentially indicate the preparation for these people getting ready to be placed inside the pods. Hameln is clearly behind it all, and they have a heavily secured and fortified building which prevents anyone from uncovering and exposing their dirty secrets. Thanks to local heroes such as Sam, Kate, this mysterious protagonist, and Joanne, who sacrificed themselves to save the children of Kinsdale, we now are much closer to uncovering the truth than ever before. We can even say for certain now that these monstrous beings are controlled by Hameln, who perform assassinations authorized by Hameln, killing people they deem as threats. Now, we need to find Rebecca, if she is still alive. But through dialogue in Amanda the Adventurer 2, we can assume Rebecca is still alive as Amanda, representing her, keeps on saying that she is trapped and might still have a chance of being freed. There are possibly many other children who have been trapped, including other adults. One thing we don't know, however, is whether Kate is alive or lying dead. According to what we saw, Joanne was killed by the monster in a brutal manner. The mysterious man infiltrating the Hameln facilities was shot dead, so it is unlikely for Kate to be alive if she ever was caught. Now it seems to be all up to Riley to continue on their unfinished work and find the red tape, which has backed up a lot of data exposing Hameln. If she finds this and shares it with the world, they can see what Hameln truly is and stop them once and for all. We just have to wait and find out what happens when the full game is released. One more important element to note here was that the computer room was monitoring many locations and people, even a baby who was probably not even 1 year old. So it portrays how Hameln creeps and preys on children, which they use for whatever demonic ritual that they perform. And clearly, they have an ultimate plan by trapping so many souls in the show. Let me know what are your thoughts and theories down in the comments below. As always, it's been your host Star. Thanks for being here, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.